Well, it looks like Treyarch have actually done it. One of the only negatives to Black Ops 7 Zombies so far that seems to be fundamentally agreed by everyone is not only that we need you on Verdansk, but the ugly HUD for Black Ops 7 Zombies. It's by no means the worst HUD that we've ever had, but you'd like to think after last year with all of the discussions on the HUD, at this point surely we'd be in a better place. But it seems that Treyarch have a massive card up their sleeve, because whilst the HUD that we have right now isn't great, they have mentioned that there are going to be some presets that older Zombies fans would enjoy, but those have actually leaked, and it seems that Treyarch are actually doing what many of us thought was never going to happen. But it turns out that Treyarch are actually adding the Black Ops 3 Zombies HUD into Black Ops 7 Zombies. Now, I need to go into more detail to explain what's going on, but also give you a slight caveat that this is a W, but there could actually be something a little bit more to it. According to @HeyImAlaix on Twitter, who's one of the most reputable leakers in the Twitter community, has clearly got his hands on the BO7 beta on PC a little bit earlier than when it's gone live, and has been able to go into the game files and actually load stuff in that isn't going to be in the beta. And part of this is the multiplayer HUD presets, where he was able to find a total of 11 different HUD interface layouts, is what they call it. And what's really exciting is 2 of them are from Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now, for obvious reasons, I cannot show you that footage in this video, otherwise Activision would copyright claim this video. However, I can of course talk about it, and I can go into a little bit more detail about what he has shown. So there are 11 total presets to choose from: Vintage, Toon, Schematic, Blueprint, Redacted, Shards, Dark Shards, 98 Problems, Console, Old School, and then Vintage again. But if we go and take a little bit more of a deep dive into Vintage, Vintage is literally the Black Ops 3 Zombies Shadows of Evil HUD, which is extremely exciting. It's exactly the same HUD as what you see in the bottom right whenever you play Shadows of Evil. It's got the same color scheme, got the same sort of metal object in the bottom right with the sort of Tesla coil in the middle, and this is no joke. This is actually in the game files, and this is extremely exciting, but it gets better because there is also another one called Old School, which is exactly the same, except it's the one that we have within every Primis Zombies map. So the Giant, Horizon Drak, Zetsabo, Gorod Krovi, and Revelations, literally that exact HUD, will be able to have that exact HUD in Black Ops 7 Zombies, which is an absolute W. Like, it almost seems too good to be true, but it is absolutely true, and pretty much negates all of the discussion and sort of problems people have with the HUD of Black Ops 7 Zombies if they are able to change it to literally have the old Black Ops 3 Zombies HUD. Like, I think this is going to be an absolute game changer in the discussions, and the thing that is very puzzling about this is that if this is going to be a thing, which I think they had planned because they did tease this in the blog post, why did they not use COD Next as the marketing opportunity to really show this off? Maybe they weren't expecting people to have such a heavy backlash to the heads-up display for BO7 Zombies. I mean, I know there was more backlash about something else that happened during COD Next that wasn't to do with the HUD, and maybe they were heavily planning on a marketing beat for this, but it's a shame that it's leaked this way inside of the beta before they could officially announce it themselves, and maybe this might force their hand to reveal this a little bit sooner than what they planned. But I think this is just all around an absolute massive W. Not only the Shadows of Evil HUD, but also the main BO3 Zombies HUD. Like, I think this is fantastic, and I'm really excited about this. And this opens the doors for them to add even more HUDs from older Zombies games like BO2 or BO1. There is an argument to be made, though, that if they are doing this, and even if they add more game HUDs in later on, it kind of makes you think, what's the identity of Black Ops 7 if they're adding things like this that just completely get rid of how bad the HUD is to replace it with something from an older game? I mean, I'm really happy about that, but again, it does open the door to some discussions like that. But like I said earlier at the start of the video, there does seem to be some sort of caveat to this, and again, take this all with a big grain of salt because we don't know any of these details 100% sure, but according to @HeyImAlaix, he does say that the HUDs have a loot ID attached to them, which means that it could mean nothing, but it could also mean that these HUDs are locked behind anything that involves microtransactions, like a bundle in the store, a battle pass, unlock or some sort of reward that you could get from beating something within Zombies, or even just a rank level reward. At the moment, the details are so vague that we don't actually know, but there is no way on earth, at least for the Zombies HUDs, that they lock it behind monetary bundles or the battle pass. Like, it just doesn't make any actual sense for these to not be a reward that you would unlock within Zombies. Like, this would genuinely be criminal if that actually was the case. But as I mentioned right now, we just genuinely don't know where this pendulum is going to swing when it comes to how these HUDs are unlocked. I would love to think that the Zombies HUDs would be a reward that you get from completing an Easter egg, or by unlocking Dark Ops, or just something like that, just something as a nice reward that would ultimately ease all of the discussions and the complaints that people have with the HUD right now, because it's the ultimate compromise here, where if you don't like the HUD, then you can go ahead and change it to something that you do like. Because whilst we are the most hardcore Zombies fans that are just like hard locked into absolutely everything, there is going to be a massive majority of players, probably 95% of people, that will play BO7 Zombies and probably not even bat an eyelid at what the HUD looks like. But whilst I'm sure the nature of how this news has come out is not what they intended, this is very, very exciting news nonetheless, and I'm intrigued to see what the reaction is when they post it themselves, if there are any changes, if there's any clarification on exactly how we get these HUDs, if they are purely just unlocked by playing and doing certain things in the game, or if they really are locked behind bundles, battle passes. We won't really know until they officially confirm it, which could be any time now, or they might wait until a lot sooner, closer to the release of the game, before they actually announce these details. The unfortunate thing with this though is, as we're gearing into the beta, and of course the beta being on all platforms including PC, it is just a given that unfortunately some things are going to leak, and from what certain people on Twitter that have managed to access the beta already are showing and sharing, that there is a lot of things in the beta for Zombies that could potentially spoil a lot of things. They won't be things that I will be covering here on the channel in any detail, and as far as I'm aware, nothing specifically like completely spoiler heavy has leaked, but apparently there are a lot of spoilers within the files of the game, so it is definitely time to be a little bit wary on the internet, just in case there are anything like that. And if there are any major spoilers that get leaked, I will keep you guys in the loop, but of course I won't be discussing any actual spoiler details within any of my updates that I will give you. But I would love to know your thoughts down below in the comment section about this HUD leak. I think it is very, very cool, but again, we just need to really wait and see for Treyarch to officially give us the details on how the HUDs are unlocked and how exactly these are going to work. But from the way they said it in the blog, it sounds like just at a blanket level, these are going to be there on the launch of the game. So hopefully there isn't anything too convoluted in order to actually use them. But if you guys want to see my full honest first thoughts after playing Ashes of the Damned, you can check that video out on your screen right now. And be sure to subscribe, because I've got a ton more videos coming out, and I'll also be streaming Farm Survival the moment that drops in the beta, so be sure to have the noties turned on.